Now that was a great pizza.
Yeah, you know, this is great. Hanging out with just us Spider-Man, you know, just bonding.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely know what you mean. We should do this more often.
Sure, why not?
I couldn't agree more, guys. I mean, the greatest Spider-Man of all time and his sidekicks. This is great.
Wait, what?
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, you know.
I'm the greatest Spider-Man of all time. That's why I got 3 movies. What's that supposed to mean? Hey, now, wait a minute. I got 3 movies, too. Yeah, but so do the Minions. I mean, mine are classic. I know you're not just writing off my movies. I mean, I fought a freaking lizard. That's nothing. I was part of the Avengers. Plus, I had to speak with an American accent the whole time. This isn't even my real voice. Plus, I had this really hot chick named Mary Jane. You know, she's a real hottie.
Okay,
So
but
that
you
was
not
not
hear
when I said I spoke in an American accent. Don't stress using GPS. It's the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack. Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Fig Newton's Figures. It's your guy Fig Newton and we're back today with another figure review. Today it's the Marvel Legends series Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack. You know, over the years there's been 3 different Spider-Mans. We have the Andrew Garfield here on the right, and then we have Tom Holland here in the middle. And then we can't, of course, forget Tobey Maguire here on the far left. These figures look really cool. We're definitely getting an upgrade here from the old figures. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the box. We get some really nice artwork here. Here on the back, we get a look here at some of the figures and some of the accessories. Looks like we just get a whole lot of swinging webs and a whole lot of hands. You can see some of the Spider-Man emblems for each of the Spider-Man. Here at the side of the box, we get some really cool artwork. You can see all 3 of them kind of swinging into action. I think we get a little bit more of the same on the other side. And so with no further ado, guys, go slap your freaking Spider-Man masks on your head. Go grab your web shooters, and let's take it back to Manhattan with the Spider-Man No Way Home Marvel Legends 3-pack. So here we go, guys. We got the Spider-Man all out of the packaging. I didn't realize the color difference is so vibrant on each one of these until I seen them in person. Even the height difference is different. They each come with a few accessories. Let's have a look real quick before we jump in for a closer look. Okay, let's have a look at those accessories here for the Spider-Man. Each of them are going to come here with a web, just like this, a translucent looking type web. It's pretty long. You would probably hook Spider-Man's hand into here, and then you could hook up the other end to something, kind of to have him look like he's swinging. All 3 of these guys come with a combination of hands, but one thing they all have in common, they all come with 2 web shooting hands, one for the left and one for the right. Now here on the Tom Holland Spider-Man, besides the web shooters, he's going to come with the closed fists, and you can see the paint there for his costume. Here for the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, he's going to come with 2 of these for the left and the right. And then he's going to come with a closed fist and an open hand. Check out the paint there. Here on the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, he also comes with web shooters for the left and right. Here's what this looks like. And his other hand combination is going to be like this wall crawling hand. You could maybe like put this here, maybe like he's crawling on the floor or something. And then he has an open hand. So a little bit something different here with all 3 of these Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and jump in for a closer look. So I thought we'd take that closer look, kind of starting in chronological order. And we're going to start off here with Tobey Maguire. Looking at this suit, you know, the eyes really do look like, you know, they're from that movie. They're kind of spaced out. I never really liked the way the eyes looked on this mask. He does have some texturing, though, to all the inner webbing. You could see it's got this like little bumpy look. The lines are accented by this silverish paint, not a white paint, more of a silver. I like the logo there. It looks very clean. The figure is definitely an improvement from anything that we've seen from this movie in the past. Moving down to the blue part of the suit, you can still see some of the texturing, but it's nowhere near as bumpy as the red part. This is a lot smoother. Moving down here to the boots, take a look at that. Very movie accurate. You can see even the way that they're cut here in the front. The bottom of the figure is not much going on there. But I mean, the head, even though I don't really prefer the way this looks, it is pretty spot on. It is pretty spot on. Let's just do a little side by side here with the movie. So there you go. There's the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. They all have different kinds of articulation. Let's just take a look at his. His head can go down about that far. Head can go back about that much. He has a nice diaphragm joint. It looks like an ab crunch here too, so that's pretty good. No swivel there at the waist, but the arms can go up about that high. You always want your arms to go up high on a Spider-Man. Butterfly joints there, so that's nice. Legs can go out about that far. They don't go out too far, but he does feel like he's sturdy, and I'd rather him kind of feel like he's sturdy than his legs kind of be loose and he's falling all over the place. He's got a cut there at the thigh. He's got double jointed pinless knees. Got a hinge here at the ankle. And that's going to do it for Mr. Tobey Maguire here. Let's move on to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. All right, next up we got the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. This is probably my favorite out of all three. Starting off here with the head, he's got the nice white eyes. They're a lot different shape. I just prefer this shape here over the other ones. They're nice and big. I always like my eyes big on my Spider-Man. The black lines here on the suit, as opposed to the silver ones we just seen. Here on the texturing and the red part of this suit, it's actually more textured in the blue than in the red. That one we just looked at with Tobey Maguire, that dude looked like a freaking basketball with all that texturing on him. This is it's kind of backwards here. More, like I said, on the blue suit. Here on the red, you get a little bit, but it's nowhere near. Really love this emblem here on the front. It's done very nicely painted. Here on the back of the Spidey, he has the red spider emblem, you can see. Down here at the boots, nice clean cuts there, nice lines. They've all been painted very well. Here at the bottom of the feet, nothing crazy going on. Talk about the articulation now on this guy. His head can go back about that far. Head can go down about that far. He does have the diaphragm joint with the ab crunch here. Some nice bendy motion we get on that Spider-Man. I mean, look at that. That's great. Here on the arms, he has the butterfly joint as well. The arms can go up pretty high. I'm sure they maybe even go up higher than that. Cut here at the bicep. Double jointed pinless elbows. We get the swivel here at the wrist with the hinge. Legs go out about this high. Wow, they go up a little bit higher than the Tobey Maguire one. Double jointed pinless knees, a hinge at the ankle, and he feels a little bit thinner. This might be the thinnest frame Spider-Man that we have here, but I really like the way this looks. I think this is probably my favorite out of all three, like I said. Let's move on to the Tom Holland Spider-Man. Okay, moving on to the Tom Holland Spider-Man. You can see he's got the gold paint on the chest. That just really pops out right away for this guy. The eyes too, the white part looks a little bit smaller, and that's because the black paint's thicker around them. The webbing on the actual head, it's got almost like some wash in there, but like with the gold paint. So that's nice. All the webbing on the suit here for all these dudes looks a little bit different. He's got a lot of this gold trim going here on the bicep. He's got some red and blue paint here on the arms. It kind of goes down like the vein of his bicep. Even here on these like gauntlets, he's got some white and some blue paint. Little blue trim there to kind of make it look like it's glowing. So I do like that. You can see the gloves. Here on the back of the suit, he has a very interesting looking spider emblem done there in gold. Some of the texturing here done in some certain spots. You can see like there in the upper part of his back. And then like even here on his legs, he's got some nice design work, nice sculpt. There's a little bit of that texturing here and there, not too much, not like the other suits that we've seen. Here on the red part, it's nice and smooth. As opposed to, you know, the basketball kind of texture we got on the other guys. The trim goes around the boot just like this. A little bit intricate here, but I like that. Okay, so let's just talk about the articulation while we got him here. His head can go down about that far. Head can go back about the far. All these Spider-Man heads, they don't really go back too far. Here he has the ab crunch. No diaphragm joint here on this guy. But he does have a swivel here at the waist. I kind of prefer the diaphragm articulation over this. The arms can go up about that high. He does have butterfly joints, double jointed pinless elbows, hinge here at the wrist, full 360 action as well. Here at the legs, it can go out about that far. A cut here at the thigh, double jointed knees, and a hinge down here at the ankle. Pretty standard stuff. The only real difference on the articulation on these guys is here in the midsection. Other than that, they're pretty identical. That's going to wrap it up for a closer look. Let's do a few comparisons. Just a starter for comparison, I got these guys all side by side just so you can kind of see the difference in between them. You can see Tom Holland's definitely the shortest of the group. His legs are a little bit chunkier than these other guys. Andrew Garfield with a much slimmer build, but they also have made his sculpt a little bit taller than these guys, so that's very realistic. I like that about Marvel Legends. They do keep that in mind when making the sculpt and the scale for these figures. All right, next up we have the Renew Your Vows Spidey here, and then we have the Webman Spider-Man. These retro-carded Spider-Mans, I mean, these guys are really big, they're really bulky, really full of muscle, as compared to the more movie-accurate, kind of realistic human-type sculpts here. We have the Japanese Spider-Man here, and then we have the MK3 Armor Spidey. All these guys got kind of a different build here, a different articulation, different web variants. One thing for sure, if I see a hot Spider-Man suit, I gotta pick it up. Let's have a look at a couple more. All right, folks, next up we got the black suit symbiote Spider-Man here. Another retro-carded, super muscly Spider-Man. And then we have those Spider-Men that all came out in that line, you know, that came out in the cardboard windowless box. We got the Spider Noir, however the hell you want to say it. But look how tall he is compared to the other guys. All right, last up for comparisons, we have the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man, and then we got the Cyborg Spidey here. I always like the red that they used on this Cyborg Spidey. He just looks really awesome. That's going to wrap it up for comparisons, guys. Let's jump into Fig's final thoughts. Okay, so for my final thoughts on the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home 3-pack, I think if you're a fan of these movies, it's a no-brainer. You got to go pick this thing up. They really nailed the likeness to these characters, even the height difference. The articulation is decent, but nowhere near the flexibility of something like a Mafex Spidey. I tried posing them in some crouching positions, and it just really wasn't happening. Accessories are okay. While I'm glad we got the web shooting hands for the left and the right, I've never been a fan of those web accessories, and at about 30 bucks a figure, I really would have liked to get some swappable human heads for each. Speaking of price, this 3-pack retails at about $89.99, which isn't cheap, but I think once they sell out, the price will only continue to rise, so if you want it, you better go get it now. 7 out of 10 figs here for this Spider-Man. Spider Week continues here on the channel with the Spider-Man 2 figure and the Doc Ock Aunt May 2-pack coming up next. Look, sure hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, make sure to shoot some web fluid at that like button for me, and also, make sure to subscribe for even more reviews. That's gonna wrap it up for this one, but as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. It's your guy, Fig Newton. Fig Newton.